name is Marco.
We're both
seniors.
Super seniors.
Super seniors. Gap year.
Gap year.
Okay, today you're going to be doing Pride and Prejudice.
What?
I love that movie.
I love that book. Movie.
We love
that movie.
We love that movie.
There's this whole thing about how, since they're 5 daughters, they can't take the deed of the home. They go to a shire outside of London, 20, 30, 40 kilometers out, and they just walk
If there's
there.
one thing about
Moses
these Bennett
parting
sisters,
the Red Sea and
if
just
there's one thing about these Bennett sisters, they are walking.
They
They're like, please.
love to walk.
They're like, oh, take the carriage.
My legs.
Take the horse and carriage. And they're like, no, we'll walk.
Do
and
you
it's
see me
3
calves?
months,
They have
calf
like, the
muscles.
biggest legs of any family in all of
Extremely
Westfordshire.
large legs.
Yeah. They go to a ball and it's for Mr. Grimsby.
Oh my god, and then there's so much of this. Wait, give me
There's the dancing. Oh wait, there's the. It's the.
No, put your, okay,
Yeah.
No, it's like.
The dun 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 dun. It's the.
And they're all dancing
They
with
like
each other.
walking
I'm
along.
like,
It was in the book. Like it's there are pictures in the book of the dancing.
Unfortunately, this is a part that Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy are like kind of
Mr.
insulting
Darcy.
each other while dancing, and I.
Well, there's a part where she's like, "Do you want to dance with me?" And he goes,
And he's like,
I'm not gonna dance with you. I'm not gonna dance with anyone. And then,
and she's like,
and she's like, watch me
he's like,
shake this
fine.
thing. Mr. Bingley turns to Mr. Darcy and goes, there are a lot of great lassies in this ball. I got eyes on Jane. I fuck with Jane. She's pretty. She's the eldest. She's got everything going for her. She wins the walkathon every fucking year in the Bennet family. Okay, so that was the ball.
So
Mr. Collins
shows
up to the Bennet estate.
And he's like,
Elizabeth, you are beautiful. I am not beautiful. I am short. You are tall. But I have money. Please marry me.
And Elizabeth is like, I'm so tall, and also I can read and play piano, and I have a sort of independent train of thought, and this is really not something that I can resign myself to.
And Mr. Collins thinks about it for a second and goes, okay. He doesn't really care that Elizabeth
Mr. Collins
doesn't
will take
want
whatever
him.
he can get.
Let's hit up the London trip. I'll be Jane, you be Mr. Bingley.
Right.
Mr. Bingley, you're so amazing. Can we live together? It's raining outside.
Oh, it is raining outside.
Oh no, I have tuberculosis.
Oh, okay, well, I'll be here when you recover.
Thank you, Mr. Bingley.
Even though you have tuberculosis, you still look beautiful.
But we look so good together. Me, TB, you, no TB. And then, at that point, our lovely Lizzie,
and then Elizabeth is like,
wants to visit.
oh, my sister's sick, I have to go
visit Mr.
see
Darcy.
her. Which is like, you don't have any medical qualifications, so what's it?
Right.
She gets there and Mr. Darcy's like, why are you here? And she's like, my sister is sick and I had to walk. And he's like, why didn't you take a fucking carriage? And she's like, you wouldn't understand.
She's just built different. Fast forward, Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy head over to London to go clubbing for like X number of months. Mr. Wickham is one of the soldiers. He's one of the militiamen who have been hanging out around the Bennet home, surveilling people. So Mr. Wickham's like, by the way, watch out for Mr. Darcy. He fucked me over my inheritance back in the day.
And so she's like, what? I would not expect that. And then she runs into Mr. Darcy again. And she's like, oh, Mr. Wickham said that you are fucking whack. And he's like, oh, that's funny because Mr. Wickham's fucking whack. And he's a fucking, like, little rat bitch. So then she does not pursue Mr. Wickham.
Not at all.
And then she's like, where's Lydia? Where's Lydia? One of the 5 sisters, one of the
She
twins.
gets a letter that says, Dear the Bennet sisters, I have run off with a beautiful man who walks twice as fast, with half as much mud, and I love him. And the sisters...
And they're like,
oh!
Everyone in the town's like, what if they're spending time together out of wedlock? So then they get a letter from Mr. Wickham, fucking Scam Master 360, and he's like, okay, here's the deal. I will not, like, tarnish your family's name. I will marry Lydia if you promise to give me money every year.
Get his inheritance. Get literally his inheritance that Mr. Darcy owes him.
They don't know
Eventually
how.
gets paid off.
They don't know how, but he gets paid off or whatever. He stops threatening them. They're like,
They're
what
fine
happened?
at this
They
point.
assume like a distant relative paid him off or something. So then Elizabeth's like, what happened? And she finds out that it wasn't a distant cousin that paid Mr. Wickham off. It was Mr. Darcy.
And he's going, oh, was that me? So let's get to this first engagement, because I believe that's what we're trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
He goes up to her. He goes, Elizabeth, my beauty, my thick-calved woman and smart as a bumblebee, I want to wed you for everything that you're worth. Very little, but the calves are most of the reason.
But that's what he's thinking, and what he says is,
I would like to marry you.
yeah.
And Elizabeth goes, the shit with Mr. Wickham was a little sketch. You also broke up my sister and Mr. Gibby 2000. We forgot about that. And she goes, bye-bye, see you later. And she just turns in the other direction and walks for another 100 kilometers with no destination in mind. We get to a bunch more scenes where they're dancing, having fun. She's freaking doing the Harlem Shake the whole time, and he's just looking her dead in the eyes. No reaction whatever. We get to the final scene where they do walk through a field again.
She's just like, I don't think that men are smart or kind, and I love to read and I love to walk, and I'm gonna continue to do that, and I'm just gonna walk until it makes sense to me. And then she sees on the horizon.
Yes, my love.
What? Oh my god, you scared me. I didn't see. I'm used to walking this path alone. Are you okay?
No.
You sound like you're ill.
Yes, I'm ill. And I've never talked about it because there's no therapist here in England. My family thinks I'm strong because I have money. But I feel a lot of things. And it hurts. And sometimes I feel alone. And I just want to be held. Or just someone to hold my hand as I go on the longest walk of my fucking life. But the reality is, I didn't say any of that. I just stared at her and went,
How did you find me in this field?
And then he just looks her in the eyes and says, will you marry me, Elizabeth?
And she goes, yes. Yes, I will.
And then they were happily wed. Whatever. Literally, the end of it is just all of the couples slow-mo running through a field, making kissy faces in the sky, and thinking, our life has just been tea, dance break, tea, dance break, scones. Walking, scones, dance break, walking.
Crying, dance break.
Is anyone bisexual here? It's a story about love.
It's a story. It's a tale as old as time.
And that's kind of it.